Listen up. You think you know what it takes to be a champion? You think you understand what separates the elite from the mediocre? You're wrong. And I'm about to blow your comfortable little world apart with the brutal truth that nobody, and I mean nobody, wants to admit about what it really takes to dominate at the highest level. What you just heard wasn't just another post-game interview. That was a masterclass in championship mentality disguised as casual conversation. While you were sitting there watching Travis Kelce talk about matching energy and focusing on the task at hand, you completely missed the psychological warfare happening right in front of your face. Here's what makes me sick about sports media today. They feed you the sanitized, feel-good narrative about champions being humble and team first. That's garbage. Pure, unadulterated garbage. Travis Kelce isn't humble. Patrick Mahomes isn't humble. Tom Brady wasn't humble. Michael Jordan sure as hell wasn't humble. These guys are killers wrapped in media-trained smiles, and the fact that you can't see it is exactly why you'll never reach their level. Watch that interview again. Listen to how Kelce talks about Mahomes. It's Patrick Mahomes, man. Anything can happen at any point in time. That's not admiration, that's fear. Fear from the opposition. That's a man who knows he's playing with a weapon of mass destruction, and he's not afraid to remind everyone within earshot. You want to know what real champions think about? They think about destroying their competition. Not beating them, destroying them. While you're worried about being sportsmanlike and respectful, they're calculating exactly how to rip your heart out and show it to you while it's still beating. Everything gets faster, and everything gets more physical as you go along in the playoffs. That's not analysis, that's a warning. That's Kelce telling every team left in the playoffs. We're about to turn up the heat, and most of you aren't built for this kitchen. If you want more of this raw, unfiltered truth that the mainstream media is too scared to tell you, and smash that notification bell because I'm about to expose every comfortable lie you've been told about success. Here's what absolutely infuriates me about casual fans. You think what Kansas City is doing is normal. You think this level of sustained excellence just happens because they have good players. You're clueless. A three-peat in the NFL has never been done in the Super Bowl era. Never. You know why? Because it requires a level of mental toughness that would break 99.9% of human beings. It requires waking up every single day and choosing to be obsessed while everyone around you is getting comfortable. Listen to how Kelce talks about their preparation. All week long, really the past 2 to 3 weeks, figuring out how to get our bodies the best rest and ready for the playoffs. That's not preparation, that's systematic domination. They're not just getting ready for games, they're architecting destruction. In the playoffs, everything gets faster and everything gets more physical. You think that's just commentary? That's the reality that separates champions from pretenders. When the lights get brightest, when the pressure gets heaviest, when lesser men crumble, that's when champions thrive. Most people avoid pressure. Champions hunt it. They don't just perform under pressure, they create pressure for everyone else. They make the moment bigger, the stakes higher, the consequences more severe. With anyone who's ever made excuses for why they can't perform when it matters most, show them what real mental toughness looks like. You missed the most important part of that interview because you don't understand power dynamics. When Kelce talks about matching Mahomes' energy, he's describing something that would terrify most athletes, the responsibility of keeping pace with greatness. Most people can't handle being around excellence because it exposes their own mediocrity. It forces them to confront the gap between where they are and where they could be. Champions don't just accept that responsibility, they demand it. Arrowhead was rocking so much that we just had a little bit more energy. You think that's about crowd noise? That's about intimidation. That's about creating an environment so hostile, so overwhelming, that visiting teams are beaten before they even step on the field. Champions don't just play the game, they control the entire experience. They understand that winning isn't just about X's and O's. It's about psychological warfare, environmental advantages, and making their opponents feel like they're fighting an impossible battle. When they mention Travis Kelce chasing Jerry Rice's playoff records, you probably think that's just trivia. It's not. That's a man staring down immortality and refusing to blink. Jerry Rice isn't just a record holder, he's the gold standard for what it means to be clutch. For Kelce to be in that conversation isn't luck or circumstance. It's the result of systematic excellence over years of refusing to accept anything less than perfection. This is where I separate the real ones from the pretenders. If you're still here, if you're still listening, it's because you recognize something in yourself that craves this level of excellence. You're tired of participation trophies and everyone's a winner mentality. If you want more content that challenges you to stop making excuses and start making champions, hit that like button if you're ready to embrace the uncomfortable truth about what separates the elite from everyone else. But don't just watch and nod along. Take action. Apply this mentality to whatever you're doing. Stop looking for easy paths and start hunting for the hardest challenges. Stop avoiding pressure and start creating it for yourself. The Kansas City Chiefs aren't just trying to win another Super Bowl, they're trying to do something that's never been done. They're trying to cement their place in history as the greatest dynasty in NFL history. And they're doing it by embracing a level of mental toughness that would destroy most people. While you're making excuses, they're making history. While you're looking for comfort, they're seeking destruction. While you're hoping for luck, they're creating inevitability. That's the difference between champions and everyone else. Champions don't just rise to the occasion, they are the occasion. With anyone who needs to hear this truth, subscribe for more content that will challenge everything you think you know about success. And remember, champions aren't born, they're forged in the fire of relentless pursuit of excellence. The question isn't whether you have what it takes to be a champion. The question is whether you have what it takes to find out. Now get out there and dominate. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. The championship mindset content is just getting started.